All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you. Has a strong open drive here. Wow. Oh, very strong divergence between the NQ and then the S&P. Oh, dude, it keeps pushing. My oh my. The NQ's ripping, bro. Yeah, a massive failed breakout if this ends up being wow. See how this plays out. Either there's a long area here or it's definitely a failed breakout. That was a lot of buying there and just didn't get any push or reward. See what the NQ does. Here's a massive level here at the per month value area low on the NQ. If it holds below it, it's probably a short. Kind of don't like it because it didn't open dry, but we'll see. NQ got saved right there at the monthly value area low. Same area as yesterday. Bounced about 50 points so far. See. A lot of inventory is being built here in terms of buy side, so either this is going to get rewarded or we're going to fail back below the value areas. Looks like an open drive, so if it continues, it can definitely hit that overnight high. Not inclined to take that position. It looks like NQ is leading the pack, and YM is kind of following along. A little late to the party, but here it comes. Passive squeeze. Oh, they squeezed out a bunch of inventory there. See if this gets continuation or not. They hit the overnight high? Oh, not quite. Almost in. There's the current month value high. We want it to hold above if we're gonna really break out and hold. Is this value low? They're going for it. Yep, and they keep holding value above every single push. I don't know how long this lasts, but it's certainly just a squeeze run. Bunch of delta being pushed out. Time to move up. IQ struggling a little bit here. Let's see if it does a failed breakout. I'm looking for a look above and fail, but we'll see if that ends up playing out or not. 300 is a massive area for NQ. Like lower. Okay, we'll see if this is a look above and fail. I need to see it below the value or high though. Dow's already fading out, so that's the tell. We'll see if I can get an entry around here. Sell bid here, and then we'll see if it goes lower. I'll take it small for now, but oh, not loading. That's why. Do it, huh? All right. All right, we'll see if this is a failed breakout or not. It's coming back into VWAP, and then it's currently below the value high. So far, no real push below. Might be on the wrong side of this trade. It's just holding the value area, and I might have to trade in favor of this. I'm just gonna give it some space to move around, but it might be a trade long in favor of this value area failed breakdown. You'll have to put the stop somewhere at the New York Open, probably for that read. We'll see. Yeah, NQ looks like it's trying to break free. If it breaks past this area, 300s are a massive area. NQ breaks 300s, it certainly should go higher on the S&P. Yeah, I'm on the wrong side. It's an open drive, and this is just a favorable move lower to go higher. If they reclaim here, yeah, NQ's pushing. I'll get topped out, it's fine, but it certainly seems like I'm on the wrong side of the trade. Yeah, there's my stop. It's coming. This is an open drive for sure now. It's going long and then go higher. Because they haven't even revisited the New York Open. Yeah, they keep squeezing. This is a massive bull run if it can hold 300s on NQ. Yeah, NQ's in a great spot here if it holds. This looks like a nice little breakdown. See if it holds above 96 is on a dip. I'll try for a breakout long. But I gotta see the NQ hold 300s. NQ is really the reason we're breaking out here. So failed breakout potential is still there if for some reason price fails to hold on the NQ. It would need to get below at least 275 on NQ. But as long as we hold that, we should be able to break out. This looks like an extension day into 720s possible on S&P. We'll see. Where's the flip at? The flip is not there. Let me see. Wrong level. Okay, call wall is holding right now, but I don't know if it'll be a great area to reference for a short setup. I really just need to see weakness. If it comes down to 696, what did it come down to? Not much. If we come down to that value area low for the month. $700s. Yeah, I mean, it's not a lot of volume though. You know, if we're looking at the delta, yeah, I mean, I don't see a lot of delta trading there, but I do see somewhat a lot of volume right underneath it. We'll see. I don't know what to do here. I don't want to be long because the open drive is to the upside, so I'm looking to see if we can hold that current month value area low for the S&P, while the NQ can hold this 275 area. If we can hold in tandem, I'm open for a long here. NQ is fading out. All right, let's see. Like a long here, just need to see if can hold here. The 96, no lower than like 89-ish. See if we can hold here. Yeah, okay, got going on. Oops. Yeah, NQ looks like a look above and fail. My goodness. It might just do that. Ugh. I'm gonna be very patient here today. I don't know. This looks like a look above and fail on NQ. Try to break above 300s and now it's failed. I like the long on the S&P here. Since technically it's imbalanced on the three-day session. It holds above like 96, anywhere between 89 to 90, 96. Just very tricky. Here's 96s. Value low on the month is right there. Does it hold or does it fade? Looks like a fade, man. My goodness. All right, we'll see. Fades below. I think my neckline for a fade a breakdown, like a full-on one, is below VWAP. Right now we're just kind of seeing if they hold or not. Ugh. Ugh. My oh my. Yeah, the Dow's breaking down too on the overnight low. Things are looking pretty ugly right now. I just don't want to get stuck on a trap again. Yeah, because this is an open drive. Open drive until that low breaks. I still like the long though, until something fails. Like below VWAP, I would say at least. I think that was it. All right, we'll bid here. If they give me a fill, okay. I'll kind of get stuck at the A small one here as it holds, but I want to have room to add more. And the tape just died too, which is not a good sign. This is looking more like a look above and fail. Like it's going to break down, in other words. But I want to see if they can get momentum into 96s. Ideally, they can come back to an 89 or so. 89 is like the value high from the last 2 days. I'll buy more if it reclaims 96. This looks pretty weak. Yeah, it looks pretty ugly so far for pulling the bull side. It's not looking cute. They're not holding anything. Tape just died down. Not sure if that was just meant to squeeze out any inventory short and then just kind of fade out and capitulate the leg lower. We'll find out soon enough, but I like the longs as long as the open drive structure is in play. Unfortunately, that might mean I have to take a loss in between that. That might need to see it when they breach highs. When they breached into that call wall, volume was dry. It was like no one wanted to trade above it, which was really odd. I only have 2 lots. No conviction, as you can see, is my size is rather small. I don't really have high conviction on the long until something changes structurally and nothing's done. Everything. This still looks like a failed move. We're tucking back into the range here at 89. Anything below 89, to me, this is more than likely failed pretty massively. Holding below 89s. There comes NQ to the monthly value. And there's going to be my stop shortly after, probably. I'm right below VWAP. And it seems like VWAP's not really going to do much today. I'll bid here just because it's close to my invalidation. They're not letting me line up the orders together. There you go. We'll bid another set and then we'll keep it there. Still feel very weak. This is like the area that I don't want to see hold below, which is 89s. And then we can go from there. That's the 3-day balance, value high. Yeah, likely gets stopped out. This is very weak. There's no momentum in this tape. There's my stop. What a disappointing day by the bulls so far. Are we surprised? I guess not. We've been in a range. No true breakout or breakdown. Oops. It should be down at 320s. All right. Oh, you're still in the swing? No way. All right, well, here's the breakdown. If they, believe it or not, if this reclaims here above VWAP, I will buy more again, and that'll be my last try at it. But only because there's like negatives, a lot of delta piling up here on the sell side, and this could be either good for trap selling or good for the momentum push down into the open. I guess we'll find out soon enough. All right, we'll bid here against the New York Open. Last trade here, honestly, for this to survive. If it trades below the New York Open, I would assume this is dead. It's gonna die, and I'm willing to take it just because the invalidation is so tight. That's the only reason I'm trying this one. It's a tight area for invalidation. And that's pretty much going to be the only reason. It's 4 lots, yeah. NQ really just, this thing just pumped and fucked everything up, huh? Excuse me. It went full open, full blast open, and then completely just obliterated all the shorts, and then now the longs, which is myself included. I really got messed up here, thinking this was gonna be a breakout and continuation. Get some more. Okay. Can't compile. Ugh, this is really annoying. We're not putting in the same. I'm trying to put them in the same spot, and they're not lining up. I need to add. I just want to put them in the same spot, bro. Let me line them up. And then my jigsaw, I have to restart right now. This is annoying. It's fine, I guess. Whatever. Yeah, it lets me put in the ones for the limit orders on the same block, but anything over that won't. I don't know why. Anyway. All right. I'll leave that trade open. I have to take my son to school. I'll be back in a few. The IB is set. I would assume this is either going to stop me out rather quickly, or it's going to attempt to do a reversal, and we'll see if I get any of those filled while I'm away. I'll be back in 15. All right, we're back. What do we got? Looks like they bounced. I got to scale some near the high there. Okay. All right, let's see. What do we got? Let me close Jigsaw because I need to reset it. Reopen it, unfortunately. What's going on here? Okay. So, okay, held. Still pretty weak auction. Man, the NQ is just a better long in general. It looks like the S&P is not really holding too well. The Dow is puking, that's why. A weird day. Has the volume been the same still? Yeah, Delta says it's been pretty low. Nothing's really changed. I'll just continue to hold this trade, but fortunately, it's still the same low volume churn. Chopping around. I like the NQ, especially if it can get above. I mean, currently at the moment, it's holding the current value area low for the prior day, value area low for the month, and it needs to break out 275s. If it does, I have high conviction that we might test the IB high. If it does. NQ is probably the best long between both of these. The best long would have been this one. And the only reason I didn't want to opt for the NQ long was because it actually probed below the New York Open, and the S&P did not. But it also put in a failed breakdown of the prior value area low, which I always like to see. You know, that kind of price action on NQ. The bias is long on the read so far on both AS and NQ because of the OD setup, Open Drive. You guys want to get that read every morning? It's right here. Open earnings later today. Later today, hopefully we get a catalyst that moves out of the zone. I would assume it does. I don't know. You got a lot of volume being built up in this area. I would assume it moves out. Now, if it holds or not, that's what I don't know. The multi-WLC is 695. I'd like to see us put a daily closer above. Oh my god, that would be ideal, right? Same thing with the NQ, a daily closer above the POC. The monthly one on above 310s, that would be like a dream. So yeah, I agree. It's funny that POC is 9.5. It's also the current month value area low. So I agree with the level, but not because of the POC. I don't have that level on my charts, but I have the value area low for the month. So I agree for that reason. Double confluence, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna open, force close and force open in Jigsaw. Because not loading. I'll just do it later today. I really need to do it. Can't see the P&L on the DOM, which is fine. It's on the chart, on the Sierra chart. So right now I'm currently flat. So my P&L is flat as of the losses I took earlier. As it's teetering here, you can see it says 13, 18, or 8, whatever. Took 2 L's earlier. I'm making money in the 11th grade. The stream settings pretty straightforward. It's an open drive day. So that's going to be the title for today. Open drive up. So far it's respected the open drive. If any changes later, but open drive up. You know, there's days where it pays to be early, to be long early or positioned early as the market opens. Typically it's when these open drives kind of hit the tape. Open drives are not very common, but they have a good follow through, a good rate of follow through. Based on my back testing, 65% on the S&P and 80% on the NQ. Sample size is about 3 years. So not a huge sample size, just within the last 3 years. When the NQ trends, it fucking trends. In favor of the New York Open. So it's never going to be a straight line by any means when I say trend. But what the open drive means is that as soon as New York opens, there's a big impulse direction in one direction. Could be up, could be down. And at times, price will come back into the open, but continue in the same direction from that original impulse. And that's what happened today. Today was classified as an open drive. And so far, the impulse to the upside remains. The only thing I did not like was that NQ came back to the New York Open. I don't like typically seeing price come back to the New York Open. I like to see it trade New York Open, and it can come back all the way down as long as it does not trade back into New York Open. As long as it doesn't do that, I don't mind going long NQ or S&P or any long as long as it holds that New York Open. So far, it's working out pretty well. My big mistake today was going long here, expecting a continuation back up. Should have just waited for price to come as close as possible to the New York Open. But, you know, we trade and we learn. That'll be notes for my journal today. For open drive days. So far, it's been a favorable move. It certainly paid me. I'll take some more off here. At 9.6, it's the value or high. It's always an area I want to scale. The IB is set, so let's see if NQ can break above that 275. If it does, I would have pretty strong conviction that we can trade the IB high, which is where I'm looking to scale more. Oops, that's not what I was trying to do. So this bias again, this is one of the things that really gives me clean reads every day, more or less. I do lean on this for structure and for trade ideas. I have my own plans that I come up with on a higher time frame that are posted every day on Substack. But on a day-to-day basis, like on a New York basis, on the most immediate term, this is probably my fallback. Most days, I would say most days, until a zone of interest trades. Today, the bias was long, and that's simply because of the opening day structure. Open drive. The first bar, no return to volume, open price within 15 minutes. Volume above 20-day average. I don't know if the volume was 20-day average. Pretty sure it was pretty thick at the open, but that was probably short covering. Price stays on one sided above VWAP. It didn't do that, unfortunately, but it certainly did reclaim later in the session. The invalidation is always trading back below the New York Open. It never did that. So if we go back, if we just look at what price did, New York Open is here. Price never broke it. So the invalidation of the bias, it remains until that structure breaks down. And if we look at it too, on a higher time frame, this level is a massive area. It's a continuous support zone on the S&P, the 80s. It's currently it's last week's value area low, 78, and it's also the continued support area for the last few sessions. Look at this. How many multiple failed breakdowns have we had here? It used to be supply, come Monday, turned into support now. And the positioning report too that I share here, it's free. You guys can check it out if you guys are interested. Positioning report says the short squeeze, meaning the bull thesis, sellers trap below price. They're below the 71 through 81. So as long as we hold between 71 and 81, a hold above 81 keeps the squeeze building. Short covering adds fuel to move up. In other words, as long as we don't get trade below and hold below 71s, this is potentially a short squeeze on any dips. The line in the sand is 70s. For me, it's more like 68 or so, because that's where the value area low is for the week. That's 69. I think earlier this morning it was at 68. So I'm always kind of shifting with that value on the week. Where's NQ? NQ's about to break back 278s. Where's the NQ doing here? If NQ at some point can hold above 310s, it's going to go explosive. It's building up a ton of fuel here, in my opinion, on the NQ, as it tries to reclaim that 400 spot. Ton of inventory, a ton of dips getting bought right here at 900s. So there's a 400 point spread between the breakout and where it's finding support. My assumption is if we can somehow find value to hold above 400, this is a straight shot to 800 to 3k 30k, somewhere around here. Just needs to hold above that 400 neckline. I don't know if it has the fuel though. That's a big if scenario, right? If this, then that kind of thing. The first level up for me is for it to hold above this point of control, the monthly point of control at 310s. It's been a resistance area for days. Yesterday, strong resistance right here. You can see clearly it broke down in the morning and it held below it all afternoon. And then it hasn't revisited. It's just served as a support area until it finally broke below. It's a monthly POC, which I probably should label monthly, just for clarity for myself too. Current month. I probably need to do it on the main chart, which is this one. Yeah, this one. I'm monthly PLC. Month. PM. Oh no! Oh, it's a prior month PLC. Never mind. Pharma City was freezing and go. All right, we'll count more. We have down 2 now. I'll kind of stay chilling here with this position for now. The reason I like to scale is because in Q is... I would like to see it break this area. You can see I have a bunch of arrows here. This was yesterday overnight's risk level. The risk level, as soon as we broke below it early into the morning, overnight, we never were able to reclaim back above. It's a massive, it's an important level. We broke down here late day and then late overnight, and we dropped about 170 points. And then all afternoon or evening into today, we haven't been able to hold back above it. So I'm cautious here. And then if it holds above it, you know, risk on, assuming we break IV high, and then I have another one for 715 if we continue to trend. But I'm risk off because, again, we're stuck in a range. I'm not going to have high expectations for continuation when we're stuck like this. We have a catalyst coming around the corner at the end of the day. I don't know if they have potential to break out or not. So I'd rather just secure profit at structural areas. The regime we're in was not a breakout regime, right? Like, if we look at a higher time frame or even day-to-day time frame, session over session, we're not in a regime where we're breaking high, going higher, breaking higher, going higher. We're in a regime where we just fade edges over and over. And until that regime changes, so will my profit taking for now. So like, you know, you can see here, cluster. There's no trend so far that has formed on the S&P. There's nothing like this where we break out, continue it, go higher, go higher. That does not exist right now. So my expectations are within the regime, which is just scale within the range until this happens. At that point, then I'll consider doing that, holding trades a little longer until that regime shifts. My expectations kind of shift with the regime. As I live, keep my hands up on you. As I live with you, stay above. Anyone use Claude Code or anything? Any sort of AI? I have a, I wouldn't call it a theory, but a conversation, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, couldn't break that area. If I at some point gets enough volume to do so. We're currently just trading at a value high from the prior full session. Sellers are coming into the tape here. What time is it? 8:15. There's some sell side volume coming in here, just a little bit. Same area as yesterday, 93s. Yesterday at the open, we had this same amount of selling. The YM is still imbalanced down. It's pretty ugly where it is. It's below the overnight low. It's like in a power trend down. What's weak on the Dow today? Let's see. Look at the heat map that we got. I already forgot how to use Thinkorswim. Where is it? Nope. Huh. Where is it? I forgot how to find the heat map on Thinkorswim. Alright. I don't know how to find it. I guess I won't look for it. I already forgot. I haven't used it I don't use it that much anymore. I'm coming back to 89. Went to make me a coffee. You got espresso? Dipping again? Yeah. It's no good. No good. That's why I'm kind of glad I always scale, because it's just, at least in this regime, right? Like there's regimes where it's very favorable to continue to hold and not need to scale or have to or do it at all. And there's some where it just continues to churn the same level over and over. See if the sellers get rewarded or if they just get trapped again. As much as I would like to add more to this trade, I don't have the conviction to do so. I'll just have to wait to see what it does. The only conviction I have is to add higher, ironically. Only because the inventory from this area can fuel another leg higher. So like if we break the IB, I can see a situation where we break at least another 15 to 20 points above the IB. Open to buying higher, but not here. You know, not outside of that, because if you just look at the consolidation base we have, there's enough inventory here to push us out of here if we do hold. I would assume somewhere here, 710, 715, and then potentially maybe 730s if there's enough of a catalyst or push. Things change in the market, you know. I don't know where things can flip and begin to look like they're going to break out into new highs. You never know, but first and foremost, I have to see that level break on the IB. I don't want to be buying in the middle just because that's where the chop is. I want to be buying into directional move. That's so gorgeous. They get above 93s, they probably can stop out those little shorts that came in. There's a cluster of selling right there that we're kind of hitting our head into right now. If they can push it with some momentum, they probably can. That'll be enough fuel to get us to hopefully the call wall again. Post IB, same level. What's the VIX at? I'm gonna assume the VIX is flat or red. Oh, it's green. It's kind of flat. What am I up to for this today? Nothing much, man. Not much else. Gonna get my son from school later. He's off early today. Like 3 hours. Go to the gym. Finish the Spider-Man movie we started last night. Help my son's homework. Do my newsletter. Pretty repetitive stuff. Nothing special, man. Nothing special, at least that I can share. Just routine stuff, you know. How about yourself, man? You got any plans? What do you do you ever mix your coffee with anything, or you just drink it black? Work on my website, I guess, too. How much same as you? Dad life, isn't it? Just back straight to the... Is it black? Same as you, dad life? Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I mean... Right now, yeah, we have my son does a lot of, homework on top of his homework at home. We have like these literature and math workbooks that he has to do on top of his homework that he gets every day. Well, I usually help him with that. No, just straight, huh? Hot too? You like it hot? I can't do hot shots. I feel like it runs through me, like I feel it in my body. Get all warm after. I get hot flashes if I do that. At least right away, if I let it cool down, I guess it's fine. When we were in Switzerland, that was like a very common thing, like the espresso just straight. Oh man, it's so bitter though. Yeah, not too hot. I tell my partner to make them 30 minutes before I want one. Oh, that's great. Scheduled? Okay. That's nice. That's very nice. How many shots do you take? Five per day spread out. Oh, nice. 5 like single shots? 2 when I wake up. Nice. One before I start work. Trading. In 2 in between sessions. Double. Oh shoot. So 10 total? 10 shots total? Something like that? Probably why I twitch. I mean, as long as you drink water in between. How much milligrams of caffeine is that? Let's see. I don't even know how much is in one shot. I would assume it's like 50 milligrams maybe. Probably like 400 in total a day. I think the recommended is like what, 200? I don't even know what the recommended is, to be honest. I overdo it sometimes too, because when I go work out too, I take pre-workout, and I don't take the full thing, but it certainly probably has a lot of caffeine in it too. I guess we'll... It's for pussy. Oh man. The taurine. You gotta drink taurine now, but I've had too much caffeine. Sometimes I start to not twitch, I guess, but start to malfunction. I have too much. Single fat roast. Dude, we're stuck at point of control. That the blue line right there on my chart on this one, that's the point of control, and you can see it on the DOM. We're just chilling at POC, man. Not much to do for now. The Dow is inverse to whatever the S&P or NQ is doing. That's likely why we're kind of imbalanced. That's why I wanted to see what was red so far. You see the Dow is trading at the low of the session. Where's the... I don't remember how to check the heat map. Oh, here it is. Visualize. Oh, wow. I don't know why I didn't break that one earlier. Nvidia's down 1. Google down 1. Disney down 1. What's the weakness, though? It's not really that weak, is it? Let's see. Coca-Cola... I mean, I guess just an average of everything being down 1 on average. Microsoft, Apple, anything green. Caterpillar as well. And UNH. Interesting. NQ has a bunch of chips that are green here. Datadog, some software. Some photonics. S&P has a lot better industrials, energy. Information split. Actually, no, it's good. S&P looks pretty decent. You got half of it, half and half. Not bad. Not bad. Euro close right now. How's your website coming along, man? Going to Riga on the weekend? Nice. When my mom has the kids? Nice. What you working on right now on it? There's a lot of things. Dude, I feel that way now that I have AI. It only feels like there's not enough time to do everything I want to do. It's like the only limitation now is like my ability to work. It feels like the level of productivity I'm able to pull from with using AI and the things I want to work on or projects I want to develop and create. The only limiting factor now is like my ability to be human and work on it. Like I work on it like at least every 30 minutes or every other hour. I work a little bit on everything I got going on, refining it, testing new ideas, or refining other stuff, whatever. And I feel like the only limiting factor now is my ability to work 24 hours a day. Want to macro up the date. Yeah, I want to practice gamma levels, regimes, best setups. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, for the regime thing, I like you touched on that because I do have, I'm collecting data on the regimes on a monthly and then the 0 day, and seeing how price respects those monthly GEX levels and how it respects them on a day-to-day basis, depending on the regime as well. But I only have 60 days of data. I can check how much. I think 60 days of data, so it's not enough. Not enough hours in the day, yeah. So I'm working on something similar as far as like the GAX, the backtest gamma levels. The only thing is I can only backtest the data that I've already parsed or populated, which is I only started collecting it 60 days ago. I don't have much to go off of. The macro thing you're working on, how's that going? To get the COD data itself? Or you get it from a website, right? It's like a website you get the COD data at? Or how's it get the report? Is it a PDF you download, or I've never looked at COD data, so I don't know. You showed you over the weekend? And take I take a screenshot? Okay, let's see. Take the screenshot. trying to think of how I can do it. I mean, you can have it. You could have it. I think there's a Python script you can make that opens up a link. If you have the direct address to the COT report, whatever the direct link is, and then it'll take a screenshot of it and then save it in a certain file, and then yeah, you can do it. You just need to make sure that the sequence works of events that you need built onto that Python script. The number one, you'll need to download something. I forgot what it's called. If you ask Claude about it, it's like a Chrome. Let me see what it's called. I think it's mentioned it before on my chat right here. I forget what it's called. Let me look it up here. It's like a watchdog is what it called it. Oh, Chromium browser. It's called Chromium browser. I don't know what that is. So I have something similar that does that, and it's a background process, and it's called Chromium browser for Google Chrome. And so what it does is that the Python script will use that to take screenshots. You'll just need to create a script that runs whenever that COT report is published. I don't know what time they publish it at, but you would put the scheduled start date for that Chromium screenshot reporter to pull that screenshot maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes after the report is published. So it's published like 1 p.m. on Friday, then 1:20 or so, whatever. Chromium is an open source version created by Google, I think. Ah, okay. That's what my Python script uses for my website in order to get a screenshot of this report. So, for example, I have an email that gets generated, but in that email, it needs to be able to publish this Delta profile. Hold on, it's holding the fucking. I'm not gonna add. Anyway, the Chromium script needs to pull this data in order to publish it on the email. It pulls it from my website, it does a screenshot, and then it just tags it and it clips it into the website. All right, cool. No IB taken? Yeah, man. Yeah, I just kind of mentioned Chromium. If you want to write it down, I don't know. It's some of the stuff that Claude comes up with. I have no idea what it is. I look it up sometimes after the fact. When I have a problem or something I'm trying to get done. The thing you got to just tell Claude is you're like the goal is to create an automated system, right? Like an automation of some sort. So that way it's not creating a system or a workflow that you have to manually take care of yourself every day or implement any sort of the data yourself. You want it all to be passive and to be automated. So tell it to create systems that will end with that end goal in mind, that this report is set to be automated and developed and published every week by this date. So tell me what you need me to provide you in order for you to accomplish that, so to speak. That's kind of the way I go about it. Like this is the goal. I want this report generated. This is all the data I have. I want it published at this time, at this time, at this time. I want it to look like this. Now, work on getting that done and tell me if there's any other information you need from me in order to get that completed. And so then it starts framing stuff with automation in mind. and then it just gathers the data you gave it, and it tells you, okay, I'm gonna need this, or you're gonna need to run this terminal, or you're gonna need to schedule this task on your computer, etc. Yeah, there's an art for sure. It's like, it's always for me, the way I always go about it is like, what's the end goal? Like, the end goal is this. So this is what I want it to look like once we're done working here in the session. What are you going to need from me? Because this is what I have, and this is what I want it to look like. And then it just kind of reverse engineers that. No, I didn't take it technically because the value area low is at 679 on my screen. Price never touched it. I just took a long because it was close to the New York Open. I was looking for it to hold the New York Open to respect the opening drive structure. And the more you work with it, I mean, I think the easier it becomes to kind of engineer stuff with AI. Because you start to realize like what it's capable of, and when it's selling you short, when it's like not doing exactly, or it's not operating at its capacity and its ability to execute the task, you almost know, like, hey, come on, dude. Like, I know you can do better than that. Come on, don't fuck with me. Because sometimes my sessions will go like I'm trying to create something or working on something, and Claude will say, oh, I can't do that. You're going to need to do this part. And in my mind, I'm like, bro, I know you've done something similar to this. I'm like, don't fuck with me. So I'll tell it, no, you can do it. And just, you know, figure out what data or whatever, what permissions you need and get it taken care of. Like, oh, you're right. Let me set this up. I just need to spin up whatever, you know, a sub agent. It gets lazy. It does. And I don't know if that's because of the context window. Or because I don't know, it's programmed a certain way, but I know what it can't do, and sometimes I feel like it gets lazy on me. I'm like, nah, bro, you're not gonna do that to me. I call its bluff and say, and then tell me the data we're referring to so I can see for myself. Oh, I do that all the time. Because I forgot who it was. I think it was Toxie who might have said it. Someone else before, when I was first discussing backtesting data, it has a bias. So AI will kind of spin up the bias based on what you're looking to accomplish, and it'll kind of give you tailored data that supports what you're trying to say. And it won't give you the devil's advocate of like, hey, this could be wrong, or in this instances, like there's times where it doesn't work or it's not true, unless you're telling it up front in the context that you want it to play devil's advocate and to kind of call your bluff on what you're looking for, or to rebuttal your argument or your case or your whatever you're developing. When I'm backtesting stuff, I always tell it, show me where this is shown to be true or shown to be incorrect, and give me any of the instances in which this can be seen as incorrect or not as valuable or not useful or incorrect, whatever it may be. So I'm always trying to get it to invalidate my ideas while also providing supporting evidence where it does, so I can also verify myself. Explain to me not to fuck with me. Yeah, you gotta be careful with it, man. It does have it's very tricky, that little thing. You know? I think the way it's wired. If you also add it as part of your rules on your profile, make sure you put that in there as well, so it always knows where it is on your profile. On your profile, when you go to your settings, make sure on your instructions for Claude, put that in there. That you always wanted to rebuttal or, you know, provide the case or whatever, like the argument is against it. Things like that. If you put that in there, it does a pretty good job at trying to remain. So you don't have to consistently remind it to do that or to ensure that it's doing that already. You can add it as part of your settings. That when you give it a query, it always kind of does that to some degree. Yes, NQ came close. I'm sorry. Yes, ES came close, but it never quite cleaned it up. So it's still active technically, the setup, if it ever hits later today. NQ was the cleanest in terms of the failed breakdown of the PVAL since it probed below it and reclaimed. Would probably have been the better long of the two. No. I don't reclassify things. I think we've discussed this. You're welcome to and see how that works for you, but I can't speak on that. It's goddamn range. Long 78 right before open. Nice. Reload at 86. Give it. Yeah, dude, I'd be stressed. I would be stressed out, honestly. Because you've been long since 65, and then you bought more at 75 yesterday, which is a great cost basis. So, I'd be stressed too. I don't blame you. It looks like they came down right back to the 80s and then bounced again. NQ is here at that area. At the 75s. I like this area. What's the chips doing? Chips look okay. I wouldn't have took the trade if I didn't do it back to... Well, that was a great setup, honestly. I think you'll probably get paid. The only thing we don't know is the MAE and MFE, right? Like, of every trade. It might take some time to develop or play out. I like this area on the S&P. I'm going to buy more, only because the NQ is near potentially breaking out. I'll see where my average cost goes after if I get filled here on this bid. It looks like it's right near VWAP. Okay, cool. So we'll kind of circle back here. Right there. And then we'll go for IB high. $48, so I have room. Yeah, you definitely have room. So I'm buying here because it's potentially NQ's breaking out here of this area. Expected resolve 2 hours, yeah. Yeah, when you swing, I guess the time frame alignment has to be the same, right? You know, if it's a higher time frame swing, then you have to kind of wait it out for that higher time frame to play out. That day or 2 or 3 it takes. The moment it triggers, I get to a 5-minute. Oh, I mean, that's real though. At least you're honest. That's I can see that. That's funny. Yeah, it's healthy. I think FH to have something in trading gives us dopamine. NQ has to break out of this little spot, man. Come on. Where the chippies at? Yeah, they're still red. They're trying to go green, but not much. Oh, 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 oh. Some woke up. Some woke up. Oh my. They're gonna take me out? My stop's right below this, you fucking tards. They're gonna take me out. Ah, fuck you. I'm probably gonna get stopped here. My stop's right there at 86. Like a point away, bro. Whatever. I don't know what that was. Must be some sort of headline-oriented dip, or I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Because everything kind of took a little bit of a stick there. Alright, we'll bid more. Hold it right where that stop is. Or hit the risk of potentially getting stopped, but... Or after the seller at 80... I didn't see him. Oh, got stopped out. Okay. Alright, well. And there it is. Still red 140. Alright, whatever. See if this breaks down or not. Just do your thing, man. What an annoying ass session. I got trailed out. This better not fucking reclaim again. Lost spike, yeah. I don't know if I got trailed out right at the low of this. I needed my stop where it needed to go at this low or not. It's a lot of questions. You can see all my fills today. It looks fucking messy. I hate this. I hate seeing my chart look like this. Honestly, I think I should just call it a day. Today's not really clean for me for my type of trading, I guess. I can see this fully breaking down. but it's got to trade below the New York Open and the Valley low. All right, I'm gonna call it here, dude. I'm not gonna trade this. I'll take the small L for the day. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Tuxie and FH. Appreciate you guys being here. I'll be back tomorrow.